Midgard was the land of the descendants of Ask and
Kill
Emil,
them all!
the first humans created by the gods. Mankind lived under divine protection. The gods shielded them from the chaotic forces that lurked beyond. Thor, the destroyer of giants, defended the world of men against the monstrous Jotun, keeping the balance between order and chaos. Under the protection of the gods, humanity flourished. They honored their divine guardians with offerings and sacrifices, knowing that peace existed only through the gods' favor. These were hardy men, accustomed to the cruel winters, always prepared for the icy hardships that nature could unleash. But even they knew the reign of the gods would not last forever. That one day, Asgard itself would tremble, and the deities would face their destiny. Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
The fleet has
The beginning of
returned.
Fimbulwinter.
Never have
In
I
Midgard,
seen so
summer
many
was
vessels
fading.
in the harbor
The
at
harvest
once.
looked promising, yet suddenly a cold wind began to blow. Unexpected frosts ruined the crops, and the leaves turned to the colors of autumn long before their time. The people understood. A terrible winter was coming. Despite their efforts to store food and strengthen their shelters, nothing could prepare them for the nightmare ahead. The Fimbulwinter had arrived, a winter that would last 3 long years without a single summer between them. The cold devoured the land. Men and livestock huddled together in their huts, trying to survive the relentless frost. The nights grew longer and longer until people began to fear the sun would never rise again. Their food dwindled, and hunger drove them to slaughter even their last chickens, their dogs, and their horses. Those who dared to hunt in the wilderness became prey themselves, hunted by the monstrous offspring of Fenrir, the great wolf. Desperation turned men into beasts. Brother fought brother. Children raised weapons against their parents. Axes clashed, blood froze upon the snow, and chaos consumed mankind. With the signs of Ragnarok in Asgard, the gods watched from above, their hearts heavy. They saw the signs that foretold the coming of the final war between order and chaos. The end was near. 3 endless winters passed. 2 wolves, Skull and Hati, children of Fenrir, raced through the sky. Skull pursued the sun, while Hati chased the moon. For years, the celestial deities fled from the beasts, but the day came when the wolves caught their prey. They devoured the sun and the moon, plunging the world into eternal darkness. The ground quaked, and Yggdrasil, the great world tree, shuddered to its roots. Mountains split apart, and the earth roared in agony. The rock that bound Fenrir shattered, and the colossal wolf was free at last, his fury unstoppable. From the depths of the ocean, Jörmungandr, the world's serpent, writhed in fury, churning the seas. Tidal waves crashed upon the coasts, drowning the remnants of civilization. Its venom poured into the oceans, poisoning every creature, from plankton to whales, turning the waters black and dead. Meanwhile, Loki, the god of mischief, who had long been imprisoned, broke his bonds. Like his son Fenrir, Loki's heart burned with one desire: revenge upon the gods of Asgard. He descended to Helheim, the realm of the dead, where his daughter Hel ruled over the souls of those who had died dishonorably. Loki demanded her aid, and she obeyed. She handed her father command over an army of the undead, soldiers who had fallen in disgrace and longed for the glory they never achieved in life. Beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, the dragon Nidhogg gnawed a great tunnel through the earth. Through this dark passage, the armies of the dead began their march toward the world of men. At the same time, flames rose in the distance. The army of Muspelheim, the realm of fire, was on the move. Led by Surtur the Black, the fire giants advanced, burning everything in their path with swords of flame. From Jotunheim, the frost giants built ships made from the fingernails of the dead and sailed toward Vigrid, the great battlefield where destiny awaited. When Heimdall, guardian of the Bifrost Bridge, saw the signs fulfilled, he raised the Gjala horn and blew with all his might. Its sound echoed across all worlds, a thunderous warning that the end of the gods had come. Ragnarok had begun. The final battle, the sound of Heimdall's horn rang across the heavens. In Valhalla, the great gates opened, and the souls of fallen warriors, the Einherjar, emerged. Chosen by the Valkyries, they had waited centuries for this day, to fight beside the gods in the last battle. Across the Rainbow Bridge, the armies of Asgard gathered. Odin, Thor, Tyr, Freyr, Heimdall, and countless others. The ground trembled as they prepared for war. Below, the enemies of Asgard assembled. Loki and his undead legions, Surtur's fire giants, and the monstrous children of chaos. The Bifrost shattered under their march, sending many of the invaders tumbling into the seas. Yet the flood did not stop the onslaught. Odin, astride his eight-legged horse Sleipnir, raised his spear Gungnir and commanded, "Now, we fight not for victory, but for honor." The armies clashed. The sky split with thunder. The earth shook as divine steel met infernal flame. Each strike of Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, shattered 100 giants, lightning dancing with every blow. Freyr, the god of fertility and peace, fought bravely against Surtur, but without his magical sword, which he had once given away, he was doomed. The fire giant's flaming blade pierced his chest, and Freyr fell, the first god to die upon the field. Tyr, the god of war and courage, met Garmr, the hellhound that guarded the realm of the dead. They tore into each other with primal fury. Before falling, Tyr drove his sword deep into the beast's heart. Both perished, locked in mutual destruction. Then came the serpent Jörmungandr, rising from the sea, spewing venomous gas that killed gods and men alike. Thor roared in defiance, finally confronting his eternal foe. The battle between the god of thunder and the world serpent was a sight of unimaginable fury. The serpent lunged to devour him, but Thor struck back with Mjolnir again and again, shaking heaven and earth. With one final blow, he crushed the serpent's skull. Victory. But as Jörmungandr died, its poison burst forth, filling the air. Thor staggered, took 9 steps, and fell dead. The thunder was silenced. To the fall of Odin. Across the battlefield, Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, tore through the ranks of gods and warriors. No one could stop him. Odin himself rode to face his fate. He charged forward, fearless, knowing that destiny could not be escaped. He thrust his spear at the beast, but Fenrir caught him in his massive jaws and swallowed him whole. The father of all was gone. In rage, Odin's son Vidar leaped upon the wolf. He placed one foot on Fenrir's lower jaw, and with all his divine strength, ripped the beast's mouth apart. With a thunderous snap, Fenrir was slain. Vengeance fulfilled. Towards the end of the gods, Loki, watching the slaughter, smiled through the flames. His vengeance was complete, but even he would not escape fate. He met Heimdall in a final duel. Light versus shadow. Their blades clashed in a deadly dance until both fell, mortally wounded. Meanwhile, Surtur the fire giant raised his flaming sword and swung with fury. Flames engulfed the world, Asgard, Midgard, and all the realms. The oceans boiled, mountains melted. There were no gods left, no men, no beasts, only ashes and fire. The world drowned in a sea of flame and water. The age of the Aesir was over. The dawn after doom. Then silence. The roaring fire faded. From the darkness, the waters receded, revealing a new world. Green, reborn. Plants sprouted once more from the fertile ashes. A new sun rose brighter than before, chasing away the shadows of the long night. Yggdrasil, though shattered, had hidden within its trunk 2 mortals, a man and a woman. They stepped out into the light, the last survivors of humankind. Their love would renew the race of men and repopulate the world. From the ruins of Asgard arose a new realm, devours, the field of rebirth. Here, 6 gods survived to rebuild what was lost. Vidar, Vali, Modi, Magni, and Baldur with his brother Hödur, who returned from the world of the dead. Together they remembered the old ways, vowing not to repeat the mistakes of their forebears. Among the ashes they found the golden chess pieces the gods once used in their games. And once more they began to play, not in arrogance, but in remembrance. The cycle had begun anew. The gods were gone, yet life endured. The world had been burned but not destroyed. From the ashes of Ragnarok, creation was reborn. And so, the endless game of gods and men continued once again. Thus ends the age of the gods, and begins the dawn of man.
Come and face me.
Tonight we celebrate under the shifting skies. Soon, the world will know our name.